What's good, gamers? Welcome back to Fizzy MTG. Today we're going to be, hopefully, in this episode or the next, finishing off this 1,000 rare box. We have 3 piles left, and we're going to zoom in, and we're going to get right into them and see what we got here. And all that good junk. Let's see what we got. Starting us off, we got ourselves a Bone Horde. It's a living weapon artifact equipment. Pay 4, and it's living weapon. Whenever this equipment enters the battlefield, put a 0/0 black germ creature token onto the battlefield, then attach this to it. Equipped creature gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards, which is really solid. We got ourselves Guardian of Tazim, which I think we've already read, but I'm going to read it again just to be safe. 3 blue and a blue for a Sphinx. Flying. Landfall. Whenever land enters a battlefield under your control, tap target creature an opponent controls. If that land is an island, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untapped step. Very nice. Ugin's Insight. 3 blue and a blue for a sorcery. Scry X, where X is the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control. Then draw 3 cards. Ooh! Heck yeah, I love me some of that. Teachings of the Archaics. 2 and a blue for a lesson. If an opponent has more cards than you, draw 2 cards. Draw 3 cards instead if an opponent had at least 4 more cards in hand than you. Dying. Okay, heck yeah, I got 4 of those. Tempted by the Auric. 1 blue for sorcery. For each opponent, gain control of up to 1 target creature or planeswalker that player controls with mana value 3 or less. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh yeah, we got ourselves a Torrent Sculptor for 2 blue. A Merfolk Wizard with Ward 2. When Torrent Sculptor enters the battlefield, exile an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard. Put a number of +1/+1 counters on Torrent Sculptor equal to half that card's mana value rounded up. Ooh, okay. And the other side is a Flamethrower Sonata. 1 and a blue for a sorcery. Discard a card, then draw a card. When you discard an instant or sorcery card this way, Flamethrower Sonata deals damage equal to that card's mana value to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. Dang, that sounds pretty good. Kessig Cagebreakers. 4 and a green for a human rogue. Whenever Kessig Cagebreakers attacks, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token that's tapped and attacking for each creature card in your graveyard. Oh, dang. Knight of the White Orchid. Oh, that is a cool looking card right there, and I love that name. White for a human knight. First strike, when Knight of the White Orchid enters the battlefield. If an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search the library for planes card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. Oh, heck yeah. Some ramp in white. Ooh, I don't think I've seen this card before. Kerbis Harvest Celebrant. Ooh, X green for a legendary tree folk. Ooh. Kerbis Harvest Celebrant enters the battlefield with a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the amount of mana spent to cast it. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Kerbis. Prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn to another target creature with a +1/+1 counter on it. Very cool. Very cool. Moorland Rescuer. 5 and a white for a human knight. When Moorland Rescuer dies, return any number of other creature cards with total power X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is Moorland Rescuer's power. Exile Moorland Rescuer. And then we got Odric Master Tactician. 2 white for a human soldier. First strike, when Odric Master Tactician and at least 3 other creatures attacks, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. Ooh, that sounds kind of deadly. Riders of Gavany. 2 white for a human knight. Vigilance. As Riders of Gavany enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Human creatures you control have protection from creatures of the chosen type. Oh, dang, okay. Ruinous Intrusion. 3 and a green for an instant. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Put X 1/1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the mana value of the permanent exiled this way. Heck yeah. Shamanic Revelation. 3 green for a sorcery. Draw a card for each creature you control, and Ferocious, you gain 4 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Oh, I love stuff with Ferocious. That's just a fun mechanic to me. Sigarda's Vanguard. 4 and a white for an angel. Flying. When Sigarda's Vanguard enters the battlefield or attacks, choose any number of creatures with different power. Those creatures gain double strike until the end of turn. Oh, God. That sounds good. Sigardian Zealot, 4 and a green for a human cleric. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose any number of creatures with different power. Each of them gets +X and gains vigilance until the end of turn, where X is Sigardian Zealot's power. Dang. Somberwald Beastmaster. Was this part of like a green-white deck, or like is this just like part of the Innistrad Midnight Hunt Commander deck, or like Commander decks, or what? Sombrewald Beastmaster, 6 green, or 6 and a green for a human ranger. When Sombrewald Beastmaster enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token, a 3/3 green beast creature token, and a 4/4 green beast creature token. Creature tokens you control have Death Touch. Wow. And then a Somberwald Sage for 2 and a green. You can tap, add 3 mana of any color, spend this only to cast creature spells. That sounds pretty good. That might even go in the new Big Boys, which has got a new name now, which I'll reveal to you guys later. Stalwart Pathlighter, 2 and a white for a human soldier. Vigilance, Coven. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, creatures you control gain indestructible until the end of turn. Dang. Unbreakable Formation, 2 and a white for an instant. Creatures you control gain indestructible until the end of turn. Addendum, if you cast this spell during your main phase, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures. They gain vigilance until the end of turn. Nice. Victory's Envoy, 3 white for a human cleric. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Wall of Mourning, 1 and a white for a wall defender. When Wall of Mourning enters the battlefield, exile a card from the top of your library face down for each opponent you have. Coven, at the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more creatures with different power, put a card exiled with Wall of Mourning into its owner's hand. Wild Beastmaster. Wow, we're getting like a whole lot of like one-ofs in a row here. So it might not be this video when we get this finished. 2 and a green for a human shaman. I'm loving it though. Whenever Wild Beastmaster attacks, each other creature you control gets +X until the end of turn, where X is Wild Beastmaster's power. Arterial Alchemy. 2 and a red for an enchantment. When Arterial Alchemy enters the battlefield, create a blood token for each opponent you have. Blood tokens you control are equipment in addition to their other types and have equipped creature gets +2/+0 and equipped for 2. Ooh, okay. See, this makes me want to make a blood deck and make it Bloodborne themed if possible, and that'd be hilarious. Citadel Siege, 2 and 2 white for an enchantment. Oh wait, I've already read Citadel Siege. What am I doing? Pretty sure. Occult Epiphany, X and a blue for an instant. Draw X cards, then discard X cards. Create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, and each card type among cards discarded this way. Ooh, Goblin Raise Runners. Oh, I love the art on this. 2 red for a Goblin Warrior. Pay 1 and a red, sacrifice a land, put a 1/1 counter on Goblin Raise Runners. At the beginning of your end step, you may have Goblin Raise Runners deal damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it to target player or planeswalker. Oh, that sounds really fun. Coveted Prize, 4 and a black for a sorcery. It costs... Oh, yeah, we've already read this before. Nice. King Narfi's Betrayal, 1 a blue and a black for a saga. Stage 1, each player mills 4 cards. Then you may exile a creature or planeswalker card from each graveyard. And then stage 2 and 3, until the end of turn, you may cast spells from among cards exiled with King Narfi's Betrayal. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Ooh, Chef's Kiss. Mwah, very nice. 1 a red and a red for an instant, gain control of target spell. Target spell that targets only a single permanent or player. Copy it, then reselect the targets at random for the spell and the copy. The new targets can't be you or a permanent you control. Oh, that sounds real fun. Bloodbraid Marauder, 1 and a red for a human berserker. That's interesting. It can't attack and it has Delirium. This spell has Cascade as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Very cool. 3/1.
Glorious Protector, 2 white for an Angel Cleric. Flying. When Glorious Protector enters the battlefield, you may exile any number of non-angel creatures you control until Glorious Protector leaves the battlefield. Foretell for 2 and a white.
Ooh, Crippling Fear. 2 black for a sorcery. Choose a creature type. Creatures that aren't of the chosen type get -3/-3 until the end of turn. That can be very deadly. Ooh, we got cool art on a card I didn't even know existed, and I'm so happy to have. Kolvori, God of Kinship. It's a mono green god card that I didn't have. That's insane. Oh, heck yeah. As long as you control 3 or more legendary creatures, Kolvori gets +4/+2 and has Vigilance. Pay 1 and a green, tap, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal a legendary creature from among them. Put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Oh man, okay, this is probably going in big boys for sure. The Ringheart Crest. 1 and a green for a legendary artifact. As the Ringheart Crest enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Tap, add green, spin this only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type or a legendary creature spell. Oh, legendary ramp. And my deck is built around legendaries ramping me. That's got to go in big boys. Which, again, getting a new name. Holy crap. Holy crap. And then we got Cosima, God of the Voyage. Another god card I didn't have. That's awesome. 2 and a blue for a legendary creature god. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile Cosima. If you do, it gains whenever land enters the battlefield under your control. If Cosima is exiled, you may put a voyage counter on it. If you don't, return Cosima to the battlefield with X/1/1 counters on it and draw X cards where X is the number of voyage counters on it. And on the other side, we have the Omen Keel. Oh yeah, I feel like I've heard some stuff about this card. 1 and a blue for a legendary artifact vehicle. Whenever a vehicle you control deals combat damage to a player, that player exiles that many cards from the top of their library. You may play lands from among those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Crew for 1. Wow, 3/3 that crews for 1? Dang. That doesn't sound bad at all. King Narfi's Betrayal, we've already read it. Waking the Trolls. I don't know if we've read this, so we shall. 4 a green and a red. I said that backwards. 4 red and a green. For a saga. Stage 1, destroy target land. Stage 2, put target land card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Stage 3, choose target opponent. If they control fewer lands than you, create a number of 4/4 green troll warrior creature tokens with trample equal to the difference. Heck yeah. Battle for Bredagard. 1 a green and a white for a saga. Stage 1, create a 1/1 human warrior creature token. Stage 2, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. And Stage 3, choose any number of artifact tokens and or creature tokens you control with different names. For each of them, create a token that's a copy of it. Nice. Oh, yeah. And then we got the other art of Kolvori, God of Kinship. And we'll go ahead and flip this so you guys can see the other art of the Ringheart Crest. Oh, so cool. I love that, but I want the flashy one in Big Boys. Search for Glory. 2 and... now, I will say Search for Greatness is one of my favorite cards in this freaking set. I doubt we'll see it in here because it's probably more valuable. I'm not sure. We'll see if I get some. Oh, God, that's amazing. 2 and a green... 2 and a white for a snow sorcery. Search your library for a snow permanent card, a legendary card, or a saga card. Reveal it, put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. You gain 1 life for each snow mana spent to cast this spell. Very cool. Tundra Fumarole. For 1 red. You get a snow sorcery. Tundra Fumarole deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Add colors for each snow mana spent to cast this spell until the end of turn. You don't lose mana as steps and phases end. Or that mana. Runeforge Champion. For 2 and a white. When Runeforge Champion enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a rune card. Reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. You may pay 1 rather than pay the mana cost for rune spells you cast. Interesting. Kargan Intimidator for 1 and a red. It's a human warrior with cowards can't block warriors. That's a fun ability. Pay 1, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Kargan Intimidator gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Target creature becomes a coward until end of turn. Target warrior gains trample until the end of turn. Oh, that sounds nice. Duragar or Draugr, I don't know how you say that. Necromancer, 3 and a black for a zombie cleric. If non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile that card with an ice counter on it instead. You may cast spells from among cards in exile your opponents own with ice counters on them, and you may spend mana from snow sources as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Cool. Sky Shroud Behemoth. 5 green for a beast with Fading 2. This creature comes into play with 2 fading counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove fading counter from it. If you can't, sacrifice it. Sky Shroud Behemoth comes into play tapped. It's a 10/10. Wow, that's an old 10/10. I like that. Heck yeah. Dark Salvation, XX black. Ooh, interesting. Target player creates X/2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Then up to 1 target creature gets -1/-1 until the end of turn for each zombie that player controls. Wow. Okay. Got 2 of those. Dearly Departed. For 4 white, you get a spirit with flying. As long as Dearly Departed is in your graveyard, each human creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Don't mind if I do.
Ravenous Rotbelly.
That sounds like very, and kind of looks very like Dark Souls-y. Kind of looks like the little giant guys a little bit in Elden Ring. Come on now, focus on the art. Focus. Do you guys see it? Like, I mean, it kind of makes me think of the giants a little bit. The ones that throw, like, the pots and stuff at you, or, like, boulders or whatever in Elden Ring. A little bit. Zombie Horror. Whenever Ravenous Rotbelly enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice up to 3 zombies. When you sacrifice 1 or more zombies this way, each opponent sacrifices that many creatures.
Dang.
And it's a 4/5. Heck yeah. Don't mind if I do. Riders of Gavany. We've already read this card.
Sombrewald Beastmaster. Beautiful 6 and a green.
We've already read this one too. And Sigarda's Vanguard. We've read that, I believe. Yes, we have. Havengul Runebinder. 2 blue for a human wizard. Pay 2 in a blue. Tap. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Then put a +1/+1 counter on each zombie creature you control. Wow. Heck yeah. I don't mind that at all. Surge Hacker Mech, baby. Woo! It's a 4-drop artifact vehicle. With Menace, when Surge Hacker Mech enters the battlefield, it deals damage equal to twice the number of vehicles you control to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Crew for 4. Blammo! Woo! Kessig Cage Breakers. Already read this one. Really cool little card. Death's Presence. I'm pretty sure we've already read this, but let's read it again just because of that art, man. Look at that freaking art, man. 5 and a green for an enchantment. Whenever creature you control dies, but X 1/1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the power of the creature that died. Oh, baby. Yeah, I love that. That sounds awesome. Sombrewald Beastmaster. Angel of Glory's Rise. I don't know if we've read this one. 5 white for an angel with flying. When Angel of Glory's Rise enters the battlefield, exile all zombies, then return a human creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh. Aether Spouts. 3 blue for an instant. For each attacking creature, its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library. Oh. Dang. That sounds rough. That sounds a little rough there. Nice. Okay. 2 piles remain. Will we finish them in this video? Doubtful. Multiform Wonder. 5-drop artifact creature construct. When Multiform Wonder is a battlefield, you get 3 energy counters. Pay 1 energy counter. Multiform Wonder gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink until the end of turn. Pay 1 energy counter. Multiform Wonder gets +2, -2, or -2, +2 until the end of turn. Interesting. We've got Heart Piercer Manticore for 2 red. When Heart Piercer Manticore enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, Heart Piercer Manticore deals damage equal to that creature's power to the target creature or player. Embalm for 5 and a red. Yes.
Sage of the Inward Eye. 2 blue, red, white.
Very interesting. Jin Wizard. Flying. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control gain lifelink until the end of turn. Ooh. Oh, yeah, baby. You know, I love the legends so much. We just got Anoan the Ruin Sage. 3 black for a Vampire Shaman. Now, that sounds sick. That sounds awesome. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player sacrifices a non-vampire creature. Ooh, okay. Avacyn's Judgment, 1 and a red for sorcery with Madness X red. Okay, Avacyn's Judgment deals 2 damage divided as you choose among any number of targets. If this spell's madness cost was paid, it deals X damage divided as you choose among these permanents and or players instead. Very cool. Bloodsworn Steward to red for a Vampire Knight. Flying. Commander creature you control get +2/+2 and have haste. Oh, I love that. Blood Tracker. 3 and a black for a Vampire Wizard. Flying. Pay a black, pay 2 life. Put a 1/1 counter on Blood Tracker. When Blood Tracker leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Ooh, okay. Champion of Dusk. 3 black for a Vampire Knight. When Champion of Dusk enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is the number of vampires you control. Interesting. Crimson Honor Guard. 3 green, red. You can tell I'm wanting those green cards. For a Vampire Knight with Trample, at the beginning of each player's end step, Crimson Honor Guard deals 4 damage to that player unless they control a commander. Oh, I love this card. This card actually was like $1 or $2 at one point, which is kind of interesting. I don't know what it is now. Black for a vampire. When Cordial Vampire or another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. I love the art in this too. Like, I'm going to try to bring it in slow so you guys can kind of see that art. Like, look at that. He's just like, yes, come on in. You're just in time for dinner. Very cool. Damnable Pact. X black for a target, for a sorcery. Target player draws X card and loses X life. Interesting. Dark Imposter. Ooh, Among Us. I'm not going to put the Among Us sound in, but I'm very tempted. 2 and a black for a Vampire Assassin. Pay 4 black, exile target creature, and put a +1/+1 counter on Dark Imposter. Dark Imposter has all activated abilities of all creatures exiled with it. Oh, that actually sounds really fun, depending on the deck you build with it. Falcon Wrath Gorger for 1 red. Wow, I like that. Just a single red. Vampire Berserker. Each vampire creature card you own that isn't on the battlefield has madness. The madness cost is equal to its mana cost. Huh. That sounds really interesting. Glass Cast Heart. 2 and a black for an artifact. Whenever one or more vampires you control attack, create a blood token. And then you can pay a black and tap, pay 1 life, create a 1/1 white and black vampire creature token with lifelink, pay 2 black, tap, and sacrifice Glass Cast Heart, and 13 blood tokens. Each opponent loses 13 life and you gain 13 life. That's a very interesting little card. Imposing Grandeur. 4 and a red for a sorcery. Each player may discard their hand and draw cards equal to the greatest mana value of a commander they own on the battlefield or in the command zone. That's actually pretty interesting, too. Ooh, another legend. Camber the Plunderer, baby. Yeah, a vampire rogue for 3 and a black. Partner with Loreen the Division. Ooh, okay, I hope we get that card, too. Lifelink. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, you gain 1 life and create a blood token. Ooh, okay. There it is, Loreen the Division. Very cool. Heck yeah. It's a 2 and a red for a human rogue. Partner with Camber the Plunderer. First strike, pay 2, sacrifice an artifact or creature. Goad target creature. Oh yeah, man, that sounds awesome.
Malakir Blood Witch. 3, a black and a black for a Vampire Shaman.
I love Vampire Shaman as a creature type. Flying, protection from white. When Malakir Blood Witch enters the battlefield, each opponent loses life equal to the number of vampires you control, and you gain life equal to the life lost this way. Oh, yeah, Vampire Tribal, baby! Markov Enforcer. 4, a red and a red. For a Vampire Soldier, when Markov Enforcer or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, Markov Enforcer fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. I just realized this is 6/6, y'all. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Markov Enforcer this turn dies, create a blood token. Oh, yeah. I like that. Midnight Arsonist. 3 and a red for a vampire. When Midnight Arsonist enters the battlefield, destroy up to X target artifacts with mana abilities where X is the number of vampires you control. Mob Rule. 4 red for a sorcery. Choose one. Gain control of all creatures with power 4 or greater until the end of turn. Oh god, that'd be devastating to big boys. Untap those creatures that gain haste until the end of turn. Gain control of all creatures with power 3 or less until the end of turn. Untap those creatures that gain haste until the end of turn. Yeah, that could hurt a lot of really big stompy decks depending on how you do it. Molten Echoes. 2 red for an enchantment. As Molten Echoes enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Whenever a non-token creature of chosen type enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That token gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Interesting. Patron of the Vein. 4 black for a vampire shaman. When the Patron of the Vein enters the battlefield, destroy target creature an opponent controls. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile it and put a 1/1 counter on each vampire you control. Dang! Predator's Hour. 1 and a black for sorcery. Until the end of turn, creatures you control gain menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library face down. You may look at it and play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Very cool. Oh, I love the art on this card as well. Sanctum Seeker. 2 black for a vampire knight. Whenever a vampire you control attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Just that kind of stuff is just fun, and vampires seem to do a lot of that. Citadel Siege. Odric Master Tactician. Heck yeah, we've already read this card. Nice. Bounty of Luxa. We've already read this card. Yes. Biomass Mass Mutation. Yes. I'm actually happy to get extras of these, and again, I have read them, so that's great. Oh, we got a sick-looking Eater of Hope. 5 black for a demon flying. Pay a black, sacrifice another creature, regenerate Eater of Hope, and then you can pay 2 and a black, sacrifice 2 other creatures, destroy target creature. It's also just a 6/4 with flying, so heck yeah, thank you for like 8 of these. Oh yeah, 8 or even more. I love that. Savage Knuckleblade. I love that name. It's Timur, or Timur, however you say it. Green, blue, red for a Ogre Warrior. Pay 2 and a green. Savage Knuckleblade gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. 2 and a blue. Savage Knuckleblade. Return Savage Knuckleblade to its owner's hand, and then pay 1 red. Savage Knuckleblade gains haste until the end of turn because red. Yes, I love that. Victory's Herald. 3 white for a creature angel with flying. Whenever Victory's Herald enters the battlefield, whenever it attacks, attacking creatures gain flying and lifelink until the end of turn. Heck yeah. Already read Nightmare. And this is where we're going to stop this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. We will pick it right back up here. In the next one, we will finish this stack. And that will be the last episode in this series. In the next one, I hope you guys will come back for that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. Hope you guys have had a great day. If you have, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this box. Do you think it was worth it for $130? For me, I do, because I wanted these cards, and I'm very happy with everything I've got. Is the value there? You guys let me know in the comments. I don't know. I have to imagine $130 for 1,000 rares is not a bad deal. But don't go buying it for trying to get good value, because I don't think that's what it's for. But, that's not financial advice or anything. That's just me saying, hey, I don't think that's how it works. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys had a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.